thought it was an extremely weird call to introduce primary kit guns without introducing a new kit gun, maybe a sniper kit gun. But they decided just to make Tombfinger primary a different weapon. Well, kinda. They just added a charge shot mechanic which results in a big boom. You still get to keep the quickfire, which is in part why I called it a possible complete package. You can go kaboom, but you can also have more rapid and focused fire on heavier enemies to make use of some of the more scalable mods. Also, having an option to choose between being destructive or more direct has a big potential to be meta once DE reverts the self-damage, making it not as risky as some other options. To get into the thick of things, for a kit gun I actually chose much lower damage parts because it brings charge time down to a half a second. But if you can fit some fire rate in your build, I would recommend going with higher damage. Still, going for highest criticals possible is a priority. One weird part is that picking a part from fodder does not allow me to use skins on this one, otherwise I have other versions and they can use assault rifle skins. For a build, it's a critical build with viral and hunter munitions. Even though galvanized aptitude does not work on AoE damage, it's sick for direct damage, because weapon has quite a few elements to its damage. Explosion still benefits from deadhead, so it's fine. Kit gun ribbons are dirt cheap, and it's worth getting one for this weapon, since with extra critical chance on your ribbon, you can go to about 150% total critical chance, which is sick for hunter munitions. If I was to get fire rate on my ribbon or something that frees up a slot, I would like to make a bit harder hitting Tombfinger. Direct hits force impact procs, but hunter munitions is better than internal bleeding. In spirit of building this weapon for both direct damage and explosions, there are trade-offs. Obviously, if we were to focus only on fully charged explosions, then galvanized aptitude goes out and serration goes in. Or if we were to focus on direct damage only, then we'd make it slow enough to trigger that double effect from internal bleeding. But personally, I really like it how it works with this. Since each shot has 2 damage instances, and both are affected by multi-shot, we get tons of status effects. Even with my negative status chance on my ribbon, it's just so many damage instances that it's overwhelming. Base damage of this weapon is impact, puncture, and radiation. Weapon does not have slash by default, so hunter munitions is a must. Adding viral on top makes it 5 different status effects for that galvanized aptitude. Kit gun arcanes are a big argument, and here I'm using Bag Seeker for those homing missiles. It just hits so hard and it's always fun seeing those crazy numbers pop off. It's random and probably as consistent as Wisp's third ability, but it's still hella fun. Ammo economy of this weapon is pretty good, but you can use Pack's Charge to make it a battery recharge weapon, to ignore it completely. To talk drawbacks, I think the nature of the projectile is its only drawback. It's slow, and sometimes it feels like it has a mind of its own. Like, if there's a slightest chance of missing it, it will miss. That's why I use projectile flight speed on this build. Also, so many damage instances creates a bit of a visual mess, and it can be hard to hit consecutive shots because of it. But I guess if you build it for higher damage, then you won't need to shoot again, because most things will get one clapped. Using darker energy color with this weapon is definitely recommended, even more so than for most other explosive weapons. It is a fun one. Nukes common mobs with ease, but also scales well against heavier enemies, with some quick taps and lots of bleeds. That's it for this one. Subscribe to help the channel grow, and I'll see you in the next one.